Hi, welcome to the channel today. Maybe fighting the lawnmower, neighbor's lawnmower a little bit, but we're going to be doing a garden tour today. Things I've been doing right, things I've tried to correct on the container garden. First thing we're going to talk about is these. Most of these I think are all slips that came from the pineapple that I grew earlier. They're all pineapple top. They're not pineapple tops. One of them I think is, but I can't remember if it's that one or that one. But basically, if you take one from a slip, they're supposed to produce sooner. They're growing, they're looking good. I had 100% success rate on those. Over here is our raspberries. And I do want to look at this, okay. The Glencoe raspberry here, the thing I've noticed about it is a true trailing raspberry, so I'm gonna have to get these up on, I meant to put these with a trailer, so just haven't done it yet. This here is the Dorman Red. The one that was older, that's done really well for me this year for our area is Crimson Red, or Crimson Night. And it's making some now. It does got some leaf problems and stuff, but that's gonna be the old canes. It's got new canes coming up. It has made some berries this year. And over here is the, which one's this one called? Huh? Mysore, because it's got really big thorns on them. It's really grown too much. They're starting to flop over. I'm gonna have to cut it back some more. I really don't like this variety very well, but I'm gonna give it a second try. But anyway, that's the raspberries. They have made a little bit. We're gonna see what they do next year. Even the small one here. Well, that's off another larger cane. It's got some little small ones on it. So here is I planted this citrus last year, and this is how much they grew in 1 year. I have kind of, and this is not in a good spot because it just get a fair amount of sun. These are all the pineapple tops that come from the, I can't think this morning, but it was one that I bought earlier. And here's the parents that came off from it. It's a white jade. I was trying to see the little sticker. These are the parents I bought from it. These three, there's another one somewhere around here. 1, 2, there's a third one over there. And they will throw up a lot of pups. If you can see over here on the side, this has got some I haven't taken off yet. And from those, on these three, has produced all these. And these are the newer ones, and these are some of the older ones I've grown. I think slugs or something does get onto them sometime and bite them. The slugs got it on these, and I had to put some insecticide on them and killed it, and then they started growing again. So that's why you see these hoes and leaves, and some of these being cut off. Sets them back a little bit. So, you know, that could be a problem. This hasn't produced yet, so it's been the first year, so I was kind of hoping that they would produce a little faster, but we'll see. But they are very prolific in reproducing. So if you get one plant, you can have that from one plant, and hopefully they'll start producing. I have heard that only about 70% of them flower. If they get any stress or one of them, they don't flower as well, so that might be a problem. Though those haven't done either one. When they make the flower, won't make the fruit underneath it. So this here is another one of the citrus that I planted this year or last fall, and the growth that I got off of it. This here's a loquat tree that's growing. Another one of the citrus. One of these days I'd try to do just one and name all the citrus trees. This is a page mandarin. And one of those is Kishu, with it growing. This year's been kind of my all-star in a way because it's still producing fruit. This actually went through Harvey. It had 8.5 foot of water, 9 foot of water over the top of it. It survived that. It's still the same potting mix I had back then. So this potting mix is going on 18 years old. I did have problems with powdery mildew. I did spray the baking soda on it with the soap, and I think I also had some Dorman oil, a tablespoon of each. It's done a good job of controlling that. Probably need to spray it again because we've had some rain. Just haven't got around to it yet. Over here, I do have the Victoria Red and Grape, and see all these little spots there? Those are aphids. Now aphids are easy to control. I can go in here and spray some dormant oil, whatever. Spray the same stuff I sprayed over there will kill these. Dormant oil, soap, insecticidal soap. You don't want to use the detergent, dish soap. You want to use the milder just soap, not detergent, because detergent will hurt the leaves on the plants. There's some of my thyme, or no, my rosemary. That one hasn't done as well. This is doing well. Mint's over there, I think that's the apple mint. This is one I grew from last year that I did not pot up yet. Just haven't got around to doing that yet. This here is Katuk, or sweet leaf, whichever one you want to call it. And it's good for putting in your salads and stuff. It's very sweet. I have fertilized it more, so it started putting out some new growth. It's growing really well. It is not winter hardy, but if you wait long enough, and I had 2 years in a row, I've almost given up on it, and it went ahead and produced. In about May or June, it'll start putting out new growth again from the roots. But you've got to wait a long time. In fact, the first time I gave up on it, I quit watering it. I bought another plant. I did give that plant away later. And then I went out and looked one day as I was pulling the weeds out of the pot, and I noticed this was starting to come back from the roots. And I'd already given up on it, so I watered it, and it's come back. So this is the third year that I've got growth on this one. This is another one of the pineapples that I hope produces fairly quickly, and a gecko, or a noli. And they do like to hide down in there, and I should set him over there and he gets heart content. But I'm going to spray it, so I don't want to put it and spray him on it. Now the insecticidal soap and stuff isn't toxic, but I wouldn't want to be sprayed with stuff just because it's sticky. This is another partially. It'll make a bigger pineapple, but I did get it at the nursery, and it made about that big, wasn't it? And that was in a small pot. I got them in bigger pots. The same thing on these are nursery ones, the pups from the original fruit that we had. That's the one that actually made this year, so I've got to either just let it keep growing or do it different. This here is one in a 5-gallon bucket. I think 5-gallon bucket works, but you don't want to go any smaller than that on these big pineapples. Here is my carrots. Haven't done really well, but does got a few, and I've been watering them. I need to water it this morning. I didn't water them this morning. Keep them going. This here's my garlic chives, and they've done really well growing. This here's my onion chives. I planted those a lot later, and they're starting to perk up and do well. Got the pepper beside it. I know I got the fertility right because this pepper is really healthy looking. So when they look really healthy, you know that everything else in there's got good fertility. This here's Cheer the Rio Grande. I've actually pruned it back this year. It looks pretty good. I mean, it's a wonky looking plant, but it's, as far as health-wise, it's looking good. Here's the bigger loquat. It produced a lot of loquat last year. It's the Yahula, and need to make sure I water it. I haven't watered it as well as I should. And I guess we'll look at this here. Now here I've got a problem because I got ants going up and down these things. These ants want to get inside this corn and eat the corn. And corn's gotten pretty good size. I'm going to add some more water to it so that'll hurt the ants a little bit, and then I may spray with that mix just to deter the ants on them. They haven't gotten big at all, but this actually filled out really well. And this one here's filled out well, and this one's filled out well. Well, and that hadn't filled out well. And this one here's not filled out well at all. So someone's filled out well. I'm really just growing these for the seed so I can grow a bigger plot next year in ground. But I really kind of probably should have had a little bit bigger pots and probably shouldn't put quite as many in there. I did fertilize pretty well, so they did get big and tall. If you get little short plants, that's just because you didn't get enough nitrogen to them. So, but and I have, like I said, you got to put a lot of fertilizer on your corn. If you're not growing your corn, you've had problems. First thing, you need to plant them probably earlier than what you think. But the main thing is they take a lot of fertilizer. I sometimes get nervous how much fertilizer I put on them, but I've noticed the more fertilizer I put on them, the better they do. So a lot of nitrogen, and they also require a lot of phosphorus, but I hesitate to tell you that because most soil has plenty of phosphorus in it. You know, the actual plant takes a lot of phosphorus and a lot of nitrogen, but the only thing that's lacking in your soil is the nitrogen. So, but anyway, and the only way to tell for sure is get your soil test. I'm gonna sound like a county agent here, but thanks for watching, and I'll show the rest of the garden later. Thanks for watching, and see you next time.